This is the story of 1967 when something was going to be found in the sea just a few kilometers away from the coast of Greece, which was going to be very surprising and important for the economic lodges in the coming times. In 1967, a maritime and cultural activist named Nicholas Ramming went to an island just a little away from the coast of Greece, which is known by his name because of its name being Hello. Every year Nicholas used to go to the sea around this island to search for something new, but unfortunately he had to return empty-handed. But this time Nicholas's life was going to change when he once again went to the sea in the Nazarene Sea. At a depth of 13 feet, Nicholas's eyes fell on some feathers which looked very strange compared to the other feathers. The shape of these feathers was made in a regular pattern, that is, they were not in any way. These things did not seem natural because Nicholas was now getting to know about these strange things. That is why he decided to go to Mad Deep, and as soon as he went deep inside, he realized that these regular shaped things were actually nothing but the foundations of Bing, and these were spread over an area of thousands of meters. At first Nicholas did not understand what Bing Foundation was doing in this part of the ocean, but later Nicholas was completely convinced that he had discovered something so ordinary in this part of the ocean, but it was very important to know the reality of its effect. The next time Nicholas went back to this place, but this time the whole team that came with Nicholas was stunned when they saw such things scattered far and wide which are used by humans. Everything from utensils to the tools of the Mulphy kite was built. Not just this, but the foundation of the building and the road to the Hawk were also visible. That is, it was not just a field, but it looked like a whole city. There was no doubt that Nicholas had carved out the rubble of a city that had been destroyed long ago and which was now the whole city. This underwater city, hidden from the world and spread inside the ocean, was named Powerloom Factory, which had kept thousands of zoologists and researchers awake since 1967. How big was this entire city? In which era did the people living there live? Why did they build this entire city with so much planning in this remote area? And most importantly, is this the same Atlantis, which according to a geologist, fell prey to a dreadful disaster 11,000 years ago? These were all the questions that arose after the delivery of Powerloom Factory, and even after many years, no one was able to find the answer. But as the technology industry went on, once again research was started on the back of research by Dr. John from the University of Nottingham. With the help of technology, Hudson started research on this underwater sea city. During the research, he found some things used by the humans living there. There was also a utensil made of it which was used to extract wheat or flour. Broken earthen pots were scattered at various places. Looking at them, it seemed that maybe this used to be the kitchen of some human living here thousands of years ago. There, traces of human survival were also found in the Powerloom Factory. The dead people had also left their traces behind. Yes, here the researchers have got news of about 50 types of mysterious cities. Many proofs of human survival were found in this underwater mysterious city located 2 kilometers away in the sea. But it was possible to find out the real truth of this city only through diving. Now it was the turn to use the technology, i.e. now the time of sonar training had arrived. You have already known about how sonar technology works in the previous video of zemtv, but let me tell you once again that sonar is such a device that when it is put in water, it produces a special sound wave. The waves collide with the different objects present in the sea, and then a receiver catches the recorded sound wave, and then a 3D model of it is made with the help of computer. After underwater training of the Powerloom Factory, its 3D model was made. This 3D model revealed the reality of the build tracks which could only be known through diving. It was difficult to believe the astonishing view of the submerged city in this 3D model. The water which was hiding the real reality had gone away, and everything was now clearly visible. The lines which you are seeing are the foundation of the dam which were built here during that period. There were small houses in them and a very big dam. This big dam was probably an administration office of this city, where then there was the house of some leader of this place in this empty space situated in the middle of the dam. Perhaps the market and ground were full, but the most surprising thing was that all the buildings were built in a super petrol pump, as is the case in modern cities these days, i.e. this mysterious underwater city was in the hands of such a human civilization where a lot of dissatisfaction was found. All these buildings were spread on 2018, and when estimated, it was found that about 5,000 people lived here. But the question is that who were these people and in which period did they live here? The earthen pots found by researchers from the Popular Battery side, their carbon dating revealed that they are about 5,500 years old, and because this fact has already been proved from many historical locations that earthen pots were made in the range of 1,000 years. That is why researchers are completely sure that this city of Powers on Battery was built in the 10th century AD. 5,000 years ago, it used to come above water. It was a very revolutionary era for humans, and it was during this era that people used to make houses from straw. With the help of computer graphics, when the layout of the Powerloom factory is redesigned, it will look something like this. This water seat city was discovered after 5,500 years. The actual power was being seen for the first time, a deep well surrounded by sea all around, which was designed and given the shape of a city. But why was this entire city built here with so much planning at such a remote location? There was a secret hidden behind this which was going to be revealed. This secret was going to give such information about the people living in Power on Battery which was really going to surprise everyone. The location of Power on Battery was such that it was easy to do business in the whole world from there. That is, this location was specially chosen for this reason so that the people living here could easily do business. Some such evidence has been found from the debris scattered under the water, which proves that Power on Battery used to be a manufacturing hub in those times, and that too of manufacturing of cloth. Yes, in those days whenever cloth was made, there used to be a warp on the edges of the threads. Feathers of such weight were hung so that the threads could be tied in a bag. These feathers are called mammoths, and thousands of such feathers have been found at the location of the Powerloom factory. This proves that the people who settled in this city 5,500 years ago used to make clothes here and export them to the whole world. This means that it would not be wrong to say that Powerloom was an ordinary busy city in those times. But what calamity had befallen this flourishing city due to which it is lying in this condition several feet under the sea? Researchers believe that the debris found at the Powerloom factory is clearly indicating that something had happened here which destroyed this city overnight. If the water level had been rising, then the people living here would have taken their belongings and migrated from here. But all those things have been found from there which it is useful for humans, which shows that the people living here did not even get a chance to leave from here. The property was probably hit by some dreadful cyclone which lowered the ground below the water level, and this business hub was completely destroyed. The name and trace of it were wiped out in one stroke, but the question still remains whether this, my dear daughters, is that Atlantis about which Greco had written on a Greek cross 2,000 years ago. If this is not that Atlantis, then where did that Atlantis go which was destroyed 1,000 years ago, where according to Greco, such people lived who had ordinary power and considered themselves gods? I hope you all will like and share this video too. I greatly appreciate your kind comments. See you in the next amazing video.